Hey y'all, we are going to make a dish called hot water cornbread. And the hot water that you use in this, you use boiling hot water. It cooks the cornmeal that you use in it. And somehow it makes this delicious bread. I'm not sure how it works, but it takes very little ingredients. And anyway, it's just great. So I made some lentil soup, which I'm going to share that recipe, and this cornbread, and it's going to be a great meal. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my burner on medium that has my oil in it right here. And over here, well, my water just started boiling, so I'm going to set it back on the burner but cut it off. And then here, well, let me scoot this back and make this right here. So this is the bowl that we're going to make our hot water cornbread in. And the water varies a little bit, so you might use a couple tablespoons more or less than me. But I'm going to do 3 tablespoons of cornmeal. This is self-rising. Okay, there's 2. I'm afraid this is going to come all spilling out. Some people like to add a little bit of flour in theirs. I think it makes it too cake-like. So I just like straight cornmeal. But it does have to be a little bit sweet. A lot of people do sweeten this. You don't have to, or you can put more sugar, less than me. I'm going to put about 3 tablespoons worth of sugar. And then I'm going to put about a tablespoon of salt. Or not a tablespoon of salt, a teaspoon of salt. There's no dairy in this, no milk or egg or anything. But some people do, when you make your little patties, they like to roll up a stick of cheese and fry that in the center. Another thing I think is really good to do is dice up onion and cook that in it. It reminds me of Hush Puppies in a way. But here's the 3 cups of cornmeal and the sugar and the salt. And now we're going to start out with 1 cup of boiling water. And just stir that up. You want this pretty thick where you can make patties and they won't fall apart and they're not soft. So I think we need at least a 1/2 cup more. I'm going to try about a 1/4 cup. And I think it's going to take that whole extra 1/2 cup. And like I say, that boiling water is cooking your cornmeal. You can do this with self-rising cornmeal or plain cornmeal. You can do it with yellow or you can do it with white. So this seems like it's at a good consistency. it may be just a tad bit dry. Now I believe that's pretty good. So our grease here should be heated up. And you can have, you're going to be making patties from this being hot because it has the hot water in it. So you may want to have your cold water running and stick your hands under it a little bit to cool them. Or have you a cup of cold water. But these are a real good consistency. And you can make them a little thicker or a little thinner. Just put them in your oil. And I'm just leaving that on medium and letting them get golden brown on each side. And that's all there is to it. So I'm going to go ahead and finish making these and finish cooking them. And they may go 3 or 4 minutes on each side. But when the bread is all done, we'll come back and give them a try and see what you think. The hot water cornbread is done. This is what it looks like. There is one broken open. And here's a whole one. They have a nice crispy crust on them. And I think it's better if you cut your heat down a little bit. Medium was a little bit high. So cut it down a couple notches. And I'm going to give this a try. This is really good. I would really enjoy this dipped in ketchup. So that is it for hot water cornbread. It's really simple and quick, and it goes with about anything you fix. So, and you can make them thin or thick, whatever you want. And I was going to show you the pan of them. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.